You can order the front bumper used in the video on the CarParts.com website via the link in the description. Turn off your engine and set the parking brake. Pull on the hood release handle and open the hood. Using a ratchet and a long 10mm socket, unscrew the front bumper's 4 upper retaining screws, which are easily accessible from the engine compartment.
Hey, it's Alex from CarParts.com. If you enjoyed this video and want to support us, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, back to work.
Still from the engine compartment, spray with penetrating oil the 2 lower retaining screws located on either side of the protective rubber. Then unscrew them using the ratchet and the long 10mm socket. Next, via the driver's side wheel arch, spray the front bumper's retaining screw with penetrating oil. Then unscrew it with a ratchet, an extender, and a 10mm socket. You can now remove the screw and the metal bracket. Do the same on the passenger side. At this point, we recommend that you have a second person assist you by holding the front bumper in place for safety while you unscrew the last retaining screw. Via the engine compartment, using a fork, remove the 3 clips from the front bumper's rubber protector. The front bumper is now free. You can remove it, preferably with help from a second person. When you change your front bumper due to a collision, you may need to replace the bumper brackets as well. To do so, we recommend watching our video, How to Replace the Front Bumper Brackets Ford F150. You now need to separate the valance from the front bumper. Start by spraying with degreaser the screws that hold the metal bracket. Next, using a ratchet and a 10mm socket, unscrew the 3 screws. Then, remove the metal bracket. Repeat the same steps on the other side. Using the same tools, you can now remove the 15 screws that attach the valance to the front bumper. Don't hesitate to spray some penetrating oil on these screws, as they are typically locked in place by rust.
If you want to know which tools and parts we use in this video, just check the description and you'll find everything you need.
Using a pair of needle nose pliers, press the clips holding the 2 plastic pieces attached to the front bumper. Then, remove them. Do the same with the license plate holder. Finally, perform the same steps on the 2 clips that hold the lower cover valance on the front bumper. You can now separate the front bumper from the lower cover valance. You can order the front bumper used in the video on the CarParts.com website via the link in the description. Take the new front bumper. Replace the mounting clips recovered from the old bumper. Then, screw the metal bracket back on to the front bumper. Do the same on the passenger side. You can use this operation as an opportunity to replace the valance with a new one. Replace the front bumper on the lower cover valance. Then, reattach the clips. Reinstall the license plate holder. Next, reclip the 2 plastic pieces on the front bumper. You can now screw back in the 15 screws that attach the front bumper to the lower cover valance. Your new front bumper is now ready to be installed.
You can purchase the parts we used here by visiting our website at CarParts.com.
For the installation, again get help to make it easier to install the bumper. Slide the bumper under the bumper cover. Once in place, we recommend that you screw back in the 2 upper retaining screws located on each side of the hood opening system in order to hold all the parts together. You can then screw back in the 2 screws on the rubber protector. Reattach the rubber protector's 3 clips on the front bumper. Replace the bracket in its lower slot. Then, screw back in the lower screw by hand. Do the same on the top of the bracket. Once in place, finish tightening the screws. Do the same on the other side. Operation complete.